Alright, here we go. I'm going to try to make a video about how to fill out a contract. Contract's important. It's how you're going to make your money. Your commission's based on, the sale, total value of the contract. So you just total up the whole value of the contract and do your commission, and that's what you got. Alright, so date. Well, we're starting from the top here. And if I can find, I have most of this stuff pre-set up. Okay, so date, obviously, put the date that you're filling this out. Okay, now we have two sides for the customer information. One side's billing, the other side's service address, right? So you got billing. If billing and service address is the same, just fill out one side, typically the left side. If billing and service address are separate, so you bill this guy's house, you would put the billing address where you're going to mail it to the left, and then let's say his restaurant on the right. That's where we're going to service. So yeah, Alright, so in the case of this one, it's just we went to this guy's house, and hey, it was my house, and then yeah, we sold the service. He gets his mail at his house, and he's gonna have the service at his house. So we fill it out. Under home telephone number, I always like to put the best number to reach them, because that's the first one you're gonna call. If they have a second number, put it underneath. Alright. Now, business type isn't really important. None of this is that important. I usually just skip these things. Unless, of course, it's a P.O. box number that I put, or else the mail won't get there. Okay, now we get to the type of service. So basic coverage. I always put an X there. This is your standard service. And then what I do is the basic coverage covers all the stuff with the stars next to it. So what I usually do is I circle those like that. So that way people know. I do it with my pen. Oh, all this stuff's included. Now, these things on the right here, I usually don't include. If I have to include one to make a sale, like sometimes I'll try that. If it's too complicated or it's going to be a whole separate job, I'll tag a fee to it. Maybe it's got real bad gophers. We'll solve the gophers for $100, and then after that, it will do your regular service. Or we can continue gopher service all the time by adding an extra $5 to the monthly fee. These are all things you kind of work out with the client. All right, under that we have some legal mumbo jumbo about that we're only servicing for these pests above. We're not servicing for termites, fungus, or other wood destroying things. Alright, now we bump down to the service type. You have a couple options here. Customers can choose monthly service, bi-monthly, that's every 2 months, or quarterly, every 3 months. Those are our 3 regular services. Or the last option, one time. And a one-time service is we'll just go there to solve the problem, and then once we do, that's it. So one times are typically $150. You just put one time under service type, and then $150 for the initial charge. There's no periodic charge because we're not coming back, and we only guarantee it for 1 month. That's it. Any of the other services, say bi-monthly, we're going to be heading out trying to sell bi-monthlies for $75. So I did one with bi-monthly. It's a pretty common service type. Fly, number of fly, this is for restaurants, how many fly lights they have, because we do charge for those. But under residence, you won't find fly lights, usually. I've seen it before, though. Okay, so initial charges, how much you're going to charge on the visit. In this case, it's just the same price as their periodic. And their periodic charge, $75 a visit. That's guaranteed for 12 months. All regular services should be 12-year contracts. And if they cancel, they'll be charged back $75. I always put the difference of the one time under the chargeback. So one time's $150. Initial charge, is $150. Subtract the initial charge, $75. That leaves $75 for this chargeback. Let's say if the initial charge was $50, that would put a $100 chargeback. So 150, take away 50, 100. Let's say it was a $90 quarterly. You would have 60 there. So that's how it goes. All right. Now under the periodic charge, what we do is we write out exactly how it's going to look. So we put the charge amounts in each box. So we're starting this in June. So the first month I'll fill out is June. And I'll go 75, and then I'll just skip every month from there. December, skip January, February, April. So that way we're totally clear with the client. This is how it's going to go. It's going to be every 2 months. If you have any pets or special instructions, you can write it down here. You know, if they got a gate, a combo box, something like that. Now, this is important. When would they like their first service and around what time? Try to get a time window. The tech will call and confirm, but just if you can, be like, oh yeah, we want Monday, and try to get a little time window, like from 3 to 5. Try to shoot for at least 2 hours. This here is for credit card. If they're looking to set up on auto pay, you can fill out the credit card. And then all this bottom area here is actually just for the technician. Technician's going to put his name in, his license number, just make sure this is legal, and the technician will sign the bottom. You can choose to have the customer sign then. It's not really important. You can have the customer sign when the technician goes over the contract with them again. But you just want to make sure that the client's kind of clear about this stuff, at least with the price and everything, when the tech comes in. Because the tech's going to come in, and that's what he's going to expect, what he sees on paper. All right, let's do one change here to show a slightly different one. Another common service type is monthly. So I don't have this one pre-filled out. So monthly, no fly lights, obviously. Okay. We'll make this one with an initial fee. We charge them $100.